these problems. These are problems for which you have a big bracket all squared and we have to solve for it. So for example, if we had something like this, x minus 2 squared is equal to 16. We go and solve. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to, in order to get rid of the squared term, what we're going to do is we're going to square root both sides. So we're going to get x minus 2 is equal to, well, that's just plus or minus the square root of 16. So now there's no square root on the left side here, so we can just write x minus 2 is equal to plus or minus, now the square root of 16 is 4. So now we have to take this 2 and we need to move it in front of the plus or minus sign. So now we have x is equal to 2 plus or minus 4, which splits into two solutions. X equals 2 plus 4, which gives us 6. Or x is equal to 2 minus 4, which is negative 2. So there's two possibilities here. So if you think about it, this original equation, x minus 2 squared, is asking us, if the parabola is x minus 2 squared, what are its x values when y is 16? So that's how we ended up with two solutions here. Now, let's go and do a second solution, a little more difficult. So let's say I have something like this in my bracket. Let's go x minus, so let's go 2x minus 3 squared is equal to 25. So now that we have that, we're going to do exactly what we did before. So this is going to be the square root of 25, and it must be plus or minus. And so we have 2x minus 3 left over. So now this ends up being plus or minus 5, and we're left with 2x minus 3. So now we're going to take the minus 3 and we're going to move it over to this side here. So now we end up with 3 plus or minus 5. And what we're left to do is this. We're left with 2x is equal to 3 plus or minus 5. Now, in order to get rid of this 2x, I divide both sides by whatever number is sitting in front of the x value. So we end up with x is equal to 3 plus or minus 5 over 2. Now this problem does split into two parts like we said. So x is equal to 3 plus 5 over 2, or the answer is going to be x is equal to 3 minus 5 over 2, which this one here on the right side gives us negative 2 over 2, which is negative 1. Or on the left side here we have x is equal to 8 divided by 2, which is 4. And we're done.